Hey, Lloyd and Josh, Wolf Business Coaching podcast video today about a survival guide. That's what we're calling it for PTs. Maybe more than a survival guide. It's about achieving a business, a set of a business as a PT. This video is for people that have just started PT and are a little bit lost, or the people that have been in PT for a few months, 6 months, a year maybe, and it's not going quite as well as they want. We're going to lay down a few things that we suggest are the foundations of a PT business from that level. Having both done it previous times, a couple of times myself, had to build that business. I've seen as we both own our own facilities now and run our own facilities with a membership base. We'd like to think we know what we're talking about with this subject. So let's get going. Josh, number one.
Well, we've both had different journeys, haven't we? So you started from a commercial gym, I started freelance, working more outdoors and things like that straight away. So I think if we give a couple of we'll try and cover both where possible.
So, yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of things will cross over.
Yeah, of course. So I think one thing straight away is making sure your time spent in the right areas. So when you're first starting out, maybe you've not got as much PT. My first tip would be to say if you're planning on having a 30-hour week, if you're only doing say 5 hours a week, then you want to be looking to still do 30 hours a week. So you've got 25 hours available to be doing all the things to build up your business.
Yes.
The things, I'd look at it as an opportunity rather than, oh God, I need work. I'd look at it as, I've got 25 hours to work on my business that when I'm fully booked, won't have as much of. So 25 hours, and it's time to get serious with yourself. You need to be looking at, right, I've got 5 hours available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and plan it out. Use your time wisely.
Set that time out. Yeah.
So that would be my number one point to start with.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Treating your hours as serious as if you had coaching clients.
Managing your time. What a lot of PTs do, and what a lot of the trend is, especially within commercial gyms, is to just be in the gym. Be in the gym and you'd be fine. But then you end up, a lot of PTs end up sat around looking at the phone, talking with other PTs, watching YouTube videos, whatever, not being productive. That's not a problem. You love being in the gym, you love being around trainers, you love training, that is great. You have to have a set amount of time to be productive. You know, you're going to be in the gym for 10 hours, you're going to make 5 of them really massively productive on your business. You're going to train, you're going to eat, you're going to go for a coffee with the lads, and that's your full day done. But as long as you've made those hours productive, it's fine. If you spend 9 hours in the gym doing fuck all, sat around doing nothing, watching videos, talking to people, that isn't a productive sort of time, use of your time, talking to other PTs, and then you spend 1 hour trying to get a client or posting a bit on Facebook, it ain't going to work.
It doesn't work for just being working for yourself, does it?
No.
You get it loads where I find, and we've all done it in the past.
Absolutely.
If you straight away think, right, if I fail, at least I can say to myself, well, I did 10 hours in the gym yesterday. I'm doing everything I can. It's episode 2, I'm still doing it. I'm doing everything I can, but really, you're answering yourself, right? You got 10 hours in the gym, but what did you actually do in that time?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a common thing with people. Oh, I've had such a busy day. Yeah, but can you tell me what you did? I'm not bothered about how busy you were. Yeah. Let me see a list of what you actually got done. So that's a really, really key one. Being honest with yourself.
I think my first one would be making sure everybody knows who you are. In a commercial gym, in a gym space where you have members, that's the easiest one. That's the easiest one to tick off. This is the way I used to do it with PTs in that gym. I used to walk around the gym with them, and I've seen. I got this from a guy I used to work with as well. So if I walked around the gym I used to work at, the commercial gym if I walked around the floor, anywhere from 5 to 10, 15 people might say hello to me, and I'd say hello to them because I spoke to them on a regular basis. If I walked around with a PT who was struggling for clients and nobody said hello to him, he's not doing his job right. Because they need to know him, that's your target audience, the gym floor is where your clients are. And you don't believe how many PTs told me there's no clients in a 4,000 membership based gym. There is clients. You're doing the wrong things. Accepting that, if you're struggling for clients, is a hard one. Oh, I've talked to 10 people today. Well, let's look at how you're speaking to them then, because if you're speaking to people, people know you are, people know your face in the gym, then that's the first step. It opens you up to your business. The next step is then obviously how you speak to them. I used to do a thing, and I got it out of an accountant's sales manual.
Right.
And it was called spin selling. Right. Situation, problem, implication, need.
Okay.
So the situation is, how's it going? How you doing? And I'm Lloyd. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? That's the situation. Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, what are you training today? I'm training chest. Nice one. Excellent. Good. Where's the problem is the next one, right? So how's it going? How's chest going? Yeah, good. Are you getting bigger chests? Do you want a bigger chest? Do you want a ripped chest? You know what you're doing for? Oh, I want a bigger chest. Good. Are you getting bigger? No. There's the problem. Oh yeah, maybe they are. What's the implication of that problem? So you're not getting bigger. We know why. We're gonna talk about why. Have you tried this? You might leave it there. You might go, look, have you tried your benching and your elbows are up? Maybe you want to try a little bit of different. Maybe your wrist and the strong position. Maybe you on an incline bench you've not been trying decline. And whatever your solution is to that, that's the what's going wrong for them, and you're the person in the know to tell them, to give them that advice. And for a lot of people, the implication is where you might leave it. You might then say, have a good time, see you later, try it, let me know how it goes. And then on the way out, you might say to them, how did it go? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, I'm really feeling the pump. Nice one, good. Come to see me next time, and I'll show you my top training stuff for chest. Yeah, mint, nice one. They're in. That person's coming back to you for information. If they really buy into it on that spot, or if they come back to you the next day and that's for your next tip, that's when you move them on to the need. The need is you. So you go, then you book them in. Look, I've shown you this. I've shown you 2 exercises now. I've shown you this 1 exercise. You loved it. Have you? Let's book in, and I'll show you properly what I'm talking about. I'll show you a proper session. That's the need. That's the consultation.
Yeah.
Whether people booking for a free session, a consultation, just to sit down with you and ask how you train your chest or whatever it may be. That's the process. Situation, problem, implication, need. And I got it from, like I say, an insurance sales for dummies or something, whatever it was, because it was the only book I could find when I was 19 on sales. And we just converted it to PT, me and one of my old friends, and that's what we did. So walking people through the process to demonstrating your value, demonstrating what you can do, giving them an eye into the service of PT, and then taking them through it. That's the absolute basics of it. Obviously, we could talk about.
And while you've got time as well, you're giving people your time.
Absolutely. Don't be
afraid. There's loads of that, because not only are you learning people's names, you're showing people you know what you're talking about, and it's not just that individual, because they might never buy PT. But to other people, you're looking like, oh, this guy, he's showing him what to do. He looks like he knows what he's talking about. He's busy. He's it looks like.
So in the gym,
he's taking him seriously, or she's taking him seriously.
What you got to think about is when they then go to work. So I go to work. Josh has just approached me and gone through that process. I go to work and somebody goes, oh yeah, I could do with a PT. I know a really good guy.
Yep.
I just spoke to him yesterday. He was really good. He helped me with this and this. There's something for you. A positive interaction with people is different than talking to people in the gym. Talking to somebody and talking about football is nice, but a positive interaction is where you improve their workout, when you improve their day, their session, their knowledge. And giving something away is huge in the industry at bigger scale. Because how do we know the names of the top coaches? How do we know the names of the big mentors? Because they tell us the big names and they give us the information to make us respect them. On the lower level, on baseline, in the trenches, doing the sessions in the gym, it's thought of as a bad thing to give away free stuff, and I was never about that. I was always about doing free stuff. I think that in a commercial gym, that's very, very easy. In a studio, it's very, very tough. But then it becomes local networking, doesn't it? And you're the king of that one.
With that one as well, nobody wants to buy training off somebody that's not training anyone. So, like I said, if you're getting out there and people that watch you don't know you're giving them free sessions, they just look like you're busy, you know what you're talking about. And like I said, as well as that, one of the big, most underrated things I think, if you're in the gym and it's a new environment, it's very easy for it to feel like a negative environment very quickly. No one wants to talk to me. I'm just sat here all day. I'm killing time, blah blah. You get busy. Suddenly, that guy said hello, that woman said hello, blah blah. You feel comfortable, and when you're comfortable, you thrive more. Yeah. So just to wrap that point up, I think
excellent point.
That is a really key one, and to get stuck in. As far as from the other side of it, then say if you're not in a gym, you don't have people to talk to.
Yeah.
It's getting out there. Nobody's gonna come knocking on your studio door.
No.
And don't, as well, this is a big thing. The same as being in a commercial gym, because there's a lot of similarities. You need to get out there and talk to people. There's too much talk these days of making the perfect Facebook ad, and there obviously is a place for it. Don't get me wrong, but people buy off people. People buy off people. They don't buy off robots or machines or automated systems. And like I said, when you're doing massive things, and for certain products it works brilliantly, it does work for personal training as well, to get leads, etc. But ultimately, people buy off people. So my number one tip for somebody not working in a gym where you can just find people would be to get out in the local area. One of my big ones I used to do is I'd have lunch somewhere different every day, or breakfast or whatever. And when you're doing that, you're almost creating a conversation. You're buying off them, so they'll show interest in you. Make sure that they know that you're the guy that's running the new fitness studio, or you work in the new fitness studio, or you're a personal trainer. And once again, as Lloyd said on the other side of things, that you're then the person in their head that comes up when they think of a personal trainer. You're the fitness guy. Oh, hey, you're right. And they'll always ask you about it when you come in then. How's training going, blah, blah, blah.
And we've all had it. Even if you've been a PT for 2 minutes, you've had it. Somebody asks you, what do you do? And you say, I'm a personal trainer. And they go, oh, I need a personal trainer.
Yep.
I need to get rid of this. Oh, yeah, oh, God, you wouldn't catch me in a gym. They always remark on that.
Yep.
So if you're the guy then helping them, you're the person that then gives them a bit of advice. Oh, I really need to get rid of this. Well, maybe try this, this, and this. Let's sit down, take a seat, we'll talk about it. If you're open and you're friendly and you're helping them, they're much more likely to then progress to training with you on a more regular basis.
Yeah, and as far as if somebody that's in a studio and getting out there and speaking to people in the local area, another one that leads on from eating your lunch somewhere else every day as well is then you can almost have priority on putting your leaflets in there or your business cards and things, and sometimes they can be useless, but used well, they can be really useful, because if you go in there just dump some leaflets, they'll probably be in the bin the next day, or just bang the table. But if you've got a relationship with the person in the deli or the cafe or whatever it is, and somebody has a conversation with them about the gym, and they'll go, oh yeah, there's a guy that comes in, it's a personal trainer, there's one of his cards. It's a lot different to just dumping some cards in there.
To leaflet dropping,
It's like, we always discuss it, when you share something on Facebook and put a comment with it, it's a lot different to just sharing it. You're giving them a personal recommendation with the card or the leaflet, and it makes it a lot higher value.
Next point.
So we do the next one for our commercial gym then. So say if you started talking to people.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to write these down as well. So
I'm thinking another one on that. I'm thinking using Facebook.
Let's get it to go in then. Number two
making it work for you, because this works for both, right? My first one I would say to people about on Facebook is you create a business page and whatever, and that's great, because some people want to say this is a business and this is my personal, but no matter what, you are your business, right? Don't post negative, unhealthy things all the time. It's fine to show clients that you have a side, that on a Friday night you are like a pizza, you and your mate have gone for a curry and you're having a nice time. That is fine. If you've got pictures of you getting hammered on regular basis, looking a mess, it does not look good. Whether it's professional and business page separate, it does not matter. You are your business. If you're putting negative stuff, oh, I can't be bothered training today, I had a really bad sleep, and you take that stuff into sessions, even worse. But if you're putting that stuff on Facebook personally, they will not respond well to it. These people are coming to want to train with you because they know you've been through it, and to a degree they want to know that you're a real person, but they want to know that they can come and get motivated by you. You're the person that's going to push them through when they feel like that. They don't want to hear you complaining about feeling like that. So you just be aware that you are your business. When you're on Facebook, when you're on Instagram, you are your business. So it's about being relatable. If you're a massive jacked up guy and you just post pictures of massive jacked up guys, they're the only people that will speak to you. If you're looking at training women for fat loss and you're a massive jacked up guy, guess who you've got to appeal to? Like, you've got to know who you're talking to, and you've got to be relatable to that person. Just posting about yourself isn't going to be the way to go as well. You're going to have to post a little bit of people that you're working with or that you have worked with. But if you haven't got anybody to do that with, then just post your beliefs and your feelings about training but just keep it positive.
And that's for both, isn't it? That's for you starting out in the gym or you starting out outside the gym.
Works,
being professional online. Being your business online as well, because ultimately you do represent your business now, and putting out some good content as well for people. While you've got the time, get the content out there. Like you say, content that's relative to the market you're after, because we're assuming at this point you know who you're targeting. It's just time to go out there and get them. So you need to be putting the content out.
Maybe that's before that then. Know who you're targeting. Because the stuff, and especially when you start going to advertising, because you're going to be spending money on sponsoring posts on Facebook and on Instagram, and you've got to know who you're going after. If you're just spreading the word like leaflet dropping, because look, a lot of people don't remember leaflet dropping. It was a big thing in the industry a few years ago, and you've done it, right? I've done it, right? I've done it. How many leaflets you drop?
I've done thousands, pretty.
And how much you get back from it?
I don't know if I've ever had one.
That's what it becomes, right? Leaflet dropping is a thing of the past now. No, if you get you live in an apartment, you live in a flat, a house, or whatever, and people drop a leaflet through your door for PT, you ever read it? Nah. You ever looked at it? No. Like when insurance company or whatever drop leaflets, do you look at them? No. Because it's not appealing at the time, you know. They're not really trying to capture everything through Facebook now, but that's exactly what it is. If you just sponsor a poster, everybody in the area, you might get one or two, but you've got to target exactly who you want, and the content of that advert or that post needs to be targeted and acting towards the person that you want. If you're going after young professionals and you're advertising the training 2-3 times a day, that's not going to work because they got work to go to. If you're going after residential, you're going after mums and dads that have dropped the kids off at school, got a bit of time in the afternoon, then it needs to be a certain type of post. You can't be advertising at these different types of people in the same way. It's different, and that's something massive to be aware of. And as well as, like I say, being professional is huge for me.
Just to revert back to the first one as well, when we're talking about to people and being busy in the gym. If necessary and it's not working or whatnot, or you just need that little push, which a lot of us do, you can target that as well.
I love a target.
Like with sales targets as you get further on, etc. You can set targets for yourself for speaking to people in a day. How many of a certain demographic you'll speak to, how many people you'll offer a free trial to, and all those kind of things. We won't go into too much detail because we've already done that point, but you can target it. And like I said, when you have loads of free time, you need to be just as regimented with your time as you will be in the future. So an hour a day on this, an hour a day on that.
You've got to treat yourself, take yourself seriously, and take your business seriously, and work like it. I think one of my big ones on that is how many times PTs come up to me, just started, to get this, and I'm laughing. I shouldn't laugh because I've done it loads of times. Come running up to me. Just sold a guy 5 sessions a week. Said he wants to train 5 times a week. Okay. Did he pay you any money? No. He's going to book in when he gets home. Like, this isn't business processes. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, you're never going to see that guy again. You're never going to see his money. It's being professional in the sign up and.
It's being professional from day one.
Just professional from the dot.
Don't be desperate to sign somebody up and then don't get the payment right.
Then don't just be happy with that one person. So one guy said he wants 5 sessions next week. I'm gonna go home. I'm done. I'm gonna go out tonight because I don't need to work now because that guy's signing up on Monday. And then when he doesn't sign up on Monday, it ruins you, and your whole head goes. And I know a few people out there have done that. They're relying on that payment. They're relying on that, and it never comes in. And you end up then blaming the client, and I'm afraid that is your fault. That is your.
You never got the client until they've actually paid.
Until they've paid, no, and then you've got to stay with them through all that whole process. This guy said he wants 5 sessions. Cool, book him in the next day. You start the first session. Even if he wants to pay in a few days, that's fine. You're going to send him the invoice. You're going to keep up to date with him by email or by text. And you're going to make sure he's part of your business before they get the chance to. It's called buyer's remorse, isn't it? You know, we've all done it. Thought about buying a TV or thought about buying a car. Oh yeah, I'd have that. Yeah, you know what? It's not that much. £500 a month, I can afford that. Then you go home and you go, actually, £500 a month. What am I going to spend that on? And PT ain't cheap, you know. Even if it's once a week, what are you going to be charging for it? 180, 150, 120. You know, it's a lot of dough. It's a lot of dough. To be spending out. People have got to know the value and prioritise it to be putting out that sort of money. So it's making sure that you provide them with that value and make sure they prioritise it. I think that's part of the process.
My next one, and once again, sorry, I'm writing these as I go down, so we can recap at the end. So a big one next, because we're trying to look back at things maybe we didn't do at the beginning, which if we got these foundations in place really quickly would have made things even easier. Yeah. So from day one, being strict with your diary. So yes, when you're starting out, you're going to try and take hours where you can, but some people don't even negotiate it at all. So you might get 2 clients. Client 1 wants to do Mondays at 6 a.m. Client 2 wants to do Mondays at 9 p.m. You go, yeah, anything please. And then suddenly you've got 2 hours a week, but Mondays.
Mondays like that,
yeah. So
and we've been there.
Just ask them. Look, if they're the only hours them 2 people can do, so be it, and you just move on. But ask them the question. Don't just go, yeah, and you get your diary out, show them, and they go, oh, you've got nobody in at 12 midnight.
Don't show people your diary.
Yes, at the beginning, if you need to, take the hours where you can, but try as you go along. Just because you only got 2 hours a week doesn't mean you can put them anywhere. If you can get them in maybe at 9 a.m, you just got more.
Just ask the question, because all you're doing is asking. If they say no, I finish work at 8 and I can only get it for 9, then that is what it is. But they might be able to do it, right after your other client, and it might be well easier. But
just ask the question.
Just ask the question.
If you can maybe get them in on a different day, you could then maybe not ruin a certain, because you got to still think about, it's important you're speaking to people in a gym, you're getting your content out, and you having 2 complete polar opposites of the day clients might affect the amount of content you're going to produce and the amount of people you're going to speak to. So like I said, if possible, try and organise that a little better. And it'd be great if, say, if you got to 20 hours and that's nicely condensed by the end of it, rather than having 20 hours and you feel like you're doing 70 and you already feel like you can't take on anyone else. It's very difficult to go back then. So that would be my number 4. And while I've got it written down, number 5, because you touched on it there, package selection. Because you said then about someone taking on someone for 5 sessions a week. If you don't believe that's the right package for them, maybe try and get them on the package that suits them. If somebody comes in for, this is something I did.
Go on.
This is something I did at the beginning on the opposite side of it. I'd take someone in for 1 session a week and I'll almost be like, yeah, we're going to smash it, we're going to get loads of results and buzzing. And really looking back, you're like, obviously they're not going to get results if they're not doing anything else.
Because they don't train anything else.
Yeah. So like being realistic and upfront about, I mean, I wasn't aware I wasn't being upfront. I just was dying to get a client.
Yeah, of course.
And but if you can, and if they only want to do 1 a week, then so be it, and you can make it clear. But maybe even say to them, look, I think it'd be better if you did 2 a week or 3 a week. This is what you could expect if you did that. Being better with package selection.
Yeah, I think before the selection of the package, you've got to know your packages, right?
Yeah, of course.
Having a menu. Not necessarily, you don't need a physical one all the time. It's nice to have a physical menu, so when somebody says what's the price, you can show them this is what you get for this much money. If you want to pay more, this is what you get. If you want to pay more, this is what you, just like you do in a restaurant or wherever, you get a menu.
We're talking about the real basics there as well. So a lot of you might just have this from day one. If you don't,
so the way it looks, if most people go, this is a mistake people make with PT. You speak to somebody and they go, how much is the session? And you go, it's 35 quid. And they go, oof, 35 quid, fucking hell. Session, all right, yeah, well, I'll think about it, I'll see you in a bit. And you go, okay, yeah, cool, nice one, I'll text you. Mint. Never going to happen. How much is PT? Well, what do you want? You know what I mean? It depends. You go to a restaurant, how much is a meal? What do you want? It's exactly the same thing. How much is PT? Well, what do you want? Because, look, it's 35 quid if you want training and nutritional advice and you want assessments every month. If you want me to write down a proper macro-based nutrition plan, it's going to be 45 quid a session. If you don't want any of that, you just want a session, I'll do it for 25 a session. It gives them options and it means you've got something to please everybody. Anybody you ever sit down with in a consultation should be able to buy something from you. If you haven't got a low-end package that's 60 quid a month. I mean, online training is huge at the moment, but I'm not saying it necessarily needs to be that. It could be a program. Could be, I'll give you a program and in 4 weeks we'll sit down and go over another program. It's 60 quid a month. It's 40 quid a month, whatever it may be. But to train with me every week and go through a fresh program and with measurements, it costs more. And it's just being aware that your services can dip and rise as the money does, that you are selling your time. Because one of the things I was really bad for was creating these massive programs that I thought were amazing. Obviously at the time, looking back at them now, I bet they're shocking, but you know, somebody bought a once a week PT with me for 120 quid or whatever it was at the time, and I'd go away and I'd spend 2 hours writing the program, and I'd find pictures on the internet and drop example pictures on the program. It was taking me hours. So if you worked it out, I was actually, instead of earning 30 quid an hour, I was earning about 6 quid an hour, 7 quid an hour, because I was putting loads in. Like nowadays, if somebody wants that sort of time spent on their program from me, which I don't really do that often, they get charged for that. Yeah, absolutely. The money goes up for that type of programming. I think like I say, it's just understanding that you can give more for more money, but don't do all the things you do for a low end price. Yeah. And never ever tell anybody a session price face to face on the spot. Bang. If they're being really thinking about it, then yeah, tell them. But how much is PT? Well, what do you want? Let's just sit down 5 minutes. I'll tell you what you can do. Right, I want to lose weight. I want you to tell me what to eat. I want this. Right, well that is going to be this much per month or per block, not per session. Per session, it sounds really expensive. If you can change somebody's life day in, day out, I mean, people even do it by day, don't they?
There's all sorts. I mean, obviously, further on, there's all sorts you can do. These are the real basics. I mean, we can even discuss things like managing money, but I think at the very beginning, it's just doing really simple things and keeping yourself accountable. I mean, the next one I've got down is results. So when you've not got many clients, so you might have a couple of clients, make sure you do everything you can to get them some fantastic results, because they are going to be the building blocks of your whole career, at least for the beginning. So you getting, say, 2 clients, if you can get 2 fantastic transformations, 2 people that are buzzing about you, 2 people that are potentially getting you referrals. I mean, my first 2 or 3 clients, they turned into like 10 just from those 2 or 3 for doing a great job with them. And you've got no excuse when you're starting out, because you've got, I know you were saying, make sure you don't put too much time into them, but make sure when you are doing the sessions, you're just doing the best job you can do.
But like I say, you know, they have to pay for what they get, but what they get should be everything they need to
documenting it as well, and getting
absolutely.
the photos, getting the testimonials. Really, them people should be getting you so much value at the beginning. So getting some fantastic results from the very beginning, and that's going to enhance your reputation, more referrals. Because like I said, if you get 5 fantastic clients to start off with, that could actually be the base to get you up to 25 hours a week or whatever you're looking for very quickly. So making sure you're doing a fantastic job when you're in those sessions and documenting it.
Next one?
Well, I've put this one next to more of the category I came down, which was the outside of a commercial gym, but training influential people. So
that's
being willing to, so what we mentioned before, like going into these cafes and delis, and local businesses, and being the first person that comes into their head, but maybe even looking to train those people for free. They're showing interest. Oh, come in and do a session with me. And you don't always want to do free sessions, but if they're going to be the kind of people that are telling hundreds of customers a day about they're looking in better shape, who's done that, and your reputation can increase massively very quickly. Absolutely. That's something I did. I mean, my local area, knows of that.
Who the most influential person is in your commercial gym is the head of sales. You train the sales guys, and they will do your selling for you. I know it's a bit frowned upon now, but we used to set up deals with them. So we used to go to the sales guys and say, look, I'll train you for free, and you pass everybody who ever asks about PT, or you tell everybody you do the tour with about me as a PT, or we might kick them back a little though. Most gyms will frown upon that stuff now, but I used to have deals with sales staff that if they got me a client, I'd give them 50% or 40% of their first sale. So if they bought 10 sessions, I might cut it a little bit, but if they bought a monthly session for 120 quid, I'd kick them 60 quid, because I'd keep them for 6 months and make all the money. Like, for me, it meant it really lowered the amount of work I had to do to generate leads, and they earn a nice little body on the end of it. Do you know what I mean?
Whether you can do that or not, the point here is
do it on the quiet if you can. Just
the point is like, do whatever you can.
I just
hustle a bit, just build relationships.
Just train them for free. If they don't let you take money, train them for free. And they every time they're on a tour, oh yeah, training's meant, yeah, you can do this and this. My trainer Josh is over there, he does this and this with me, and I love it. And that's the sale. That's them doing the sale for you. When they meet you, they're already sold. Salespeople in the gym, definitely get them booked in.
So far we've got 7 for each. But obviously, like I said, these are the very, very basics. I'm sure we've missed things. I'm sure people might say things that we obviously do down the line. We're talking about, you've walked in, you've barely got anything to do as far as coaching. It's just about building your business up as quickly as possible and using your time wisely, the most efficient way. So we've got talking to people in the gym or meeting people in the local area. Being professional online from day one with your personal Facebook and your business, and seeking the correct market for what you're looking for. Being professional with payments. Oh, sorry.
If you can go on Facebook and flip back 3 profiles, pictures, and it's one of you pissed, delete it. Do you know what I mean? Delete that stuff. All the stuff on there, get rid of it when you go into professional. Go.
So being professional with money. So we mentioned before, like, don't just because you may be desperate behind closed doors, just accept anything and let people break you down with money or pay them whenever they fancy. No, it's black and white with money. This is when you pay, or that's when you pay. Very, very clear with that. So, that's table. Well, the thing is, if I had a spun round chair, I'd have something to hit, but I don't. So then being clear with your diary, number 4, that's the same with both. Not just letting people book in wherever they want. If you have to, but a bit different if they don't have to. Make sure you always negotiate something that suits you better first. Package selection, you got a responsibility to give the person good value for money and make sure they're on the right package for them, and that's just as important now as well, or further down the line.
Makes it more time effective for you as well. Don't be putting time into stuff you're not getting paid for.
Results, really making sure, you should always be on top of you making sure you get results and documenting it, but when you've only got a couple of clients, really get every single thing you can get out of a couple of clients.
Later on, when we do mentoring with coaches who've been in coaching for a while, I won't even speak to people about results. Results should be a given. I'm not going to tell you how to get results. We do business talk, so we're talking about results should be your absolute bread and butter. If you can't get people results, then you're struggling as a PT. That should be the one. So making sure that you do everything that you can for them to get results is huge.
That next one was train influential people, which if you're out of a gym would be like influential people in the area, businesses, etc. Someone that can help spread the word, or to train the salespeople could be influential people there. My next one, which doesn't always come up for new PTs, but it's something I'd be looking at right away, or I did anyway, is having a sales process from day one. So somebody gets in touch, or in the commercial gym case, or when you're going seeking people, somebody bites on something you said or shows some interest, what happens next? So
process.
If you're making it as you go along, which you might do at first because you've not done it many times, it'll show. So knowing, right, this person's just said yes to a consultation, what happens now? So having that really, really clear. I'm going to sit them down, because I personally always did my consultations in a really nice like coffee shop somewhere that made my whole service look more professional, because a coffee will cost £3, whether it's in somewhere cheap or expensive. Really, it's going to be round about that, so why not do it somewhere fancy and make a really good first impression? In the commercial gym, you can always take them out the commercial gym environment and go and do it somewhere nicer. I love that. So really knowing the ins and outs, and what Lloyd touched on before about not just going, hi, this is a consultation, my PT is £30, like that's it. Not laying it all out straight away. Tell them a bit about yourself, what they can expect, results you've got before, and building up the value and showing that you're a professional person.
Build rapport with them. Speak to them as a person. Don't just do your training. You love powerlifting, that's mint. But if Jane, who never trained before in her life and she's piled on a bit of weight, she doesn't need powerlifting all the time. She might really want to, but straight away maybe she needs a little bit of cardio and a little bit of something easy, and that's fine. It's finding what works for them and what they will benefit from, what they will do. If you give Jane, who sits behind a desk and she has done for 30 years and she's never trained before, you give her a 5 sets of 5 squat program, she's not going to follow it. Like, very rarely, but she might be able to go to Zumba once a week and drink more water, and she might be able to do a little bodyweight circuit that you give her. So that is more important. So figuring that out in the consultation and making her or that person aware of that they will be able to do it and they will achieve it is more important than anything else.
So you're having your sales process nailed down. That covers a lot of things. Well, Lloyd said before, having your menu in place, which even if at this early stage you've not got it bang on, knowing your numbers, what your packages cost, and going into that consultation knowing roughly what you're going to recommend, and make it just coming across professional. If you people can tell if you make it up on the spot, knowing roughly what times are in your diary available, so you can offer them to them and things like that. And then if they go, right, I want to do it, some people then go, oh, actually, well, what you need to do is go to the cash machine. No, if they decide they want it, the smoothest process.
I'm going to send you an invoice today. You're going to pay it before the first session. It comes like this. Cancellation fit policies. They sign a contract. All the stuff that you would with any other professional business. Don't lose out on being professional from the beginning.
If you look like you're winging it, do you know what it says? It says, I've not done this much before, which also means you're one of my first clients, which also means you're not experienced. I could potentially not know what you're doing. So no one wants to be your first client. They want to be working with somebody that's done it before and is very experienced and professional.
If you are hiring a hairdresser or a barber, do you want to be the first client?
No. So, even if they found out they were, even if you were clear
even if they know, but you were
confident,
really top professional, confident,
then it's different. But if you're a bit jittery and clearly make it as you go along, it's a different story. So making sure that you've got time in your hands, so you've got loads of time to get this down to a T, and you've got lots to be working on. So having this all bang on, and when somebody says yes, you don't go, oh god, like. Yes, you want to be like, yep, well, brilliant. This is all part of the system, the process, and this is what happens next. So we've got 8 for each. What would you say? Well, let's get 2 more on there.
I've got one. Yeah, I've got one more ready. Mine is knowing what you're good at and work with people on that. You see too many Instagram posts. Contact me for fat loss, muscle building, toning, S&C, comp prep, boom. Nobody's a master at all of that. Like what we talked about before, know your targeting and get good at what they want. Design the program around what they want. I worked with majorly fat loss. I used to box, so I liked holding the pads, and people like doing pads, and that was what I worked at.
And what's that quote that our friend Dom says? Dom Kinsey, a little shout out for him. What is it?
What was it? It was, don't do what you think you should do.
No, I think it's do what you're good at and what you deserve to be paid for. Is it that?
It was something like that.
And it makes a lot of sense because you go into this industry because you know it, you've got passion for it. You know what you're doing.
Don't do what you can get paid for.
Do what you deserve to be paid for, basically. So if you've got, like for example, Lloyd's got a big background in boxing. He knows that he's very, very good at that. He's got good experience. If he gets on the pads, they have a great session, get great results, and he deserves to be paid for that. And he knows he's got a lot of value in that area.
So basically, I knew enough about fat loss and enough about boxing to create a good program around that. I didn't at the time know enough about powerlifting, so I didn't try and teach anybody powerlifting. But what I have seen people do before is get caught on a little something. So you go and do one kettlebell course, and now you're the kettlebell master, and everyone's doing kettlebells, and that's fine at some point. But you've got to build a program around the people that you are after. If you're into bodybuilding and you've done a kettlebell course, guess what? No bodybuilder gives a shit about kettlebells. Like there's paths to go down, and just understanding what you're good at, designing your program for the people that you want to train, and merging the two together. I think is the point. Know what you're good at, know what you're looking at, and design something to tick both boxes. I think that's a big thing.
And I've got number 10 here, which we might add another one, we'll see, but this I think it's just come to my head and we've kind of covered it a little bit. We're going to make it into its own point, so we're going to put it for both as well. Plan your day. So this is a mistake a lot of people do it at first. They'll just turn up, well, as I mentioned before, just get into the gym feels like enough. I'm going to stay here from 6 a.m. and then I'll stay here till 10 p.m. and that means I'm going to be successful. No, plan your day, especially if you don't have clients or many. Right, today I'm going to go in, say if you've got no clients in that day, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do this and this. It might be speak to 20 people, offer 2 consultations, I'm going to go to this place for breakfast and lunch, and I'm going to speak to the owner and drop some leaflets in,
or even
all
just
these
going for coffees in places.
All these things we said. It might be 2 p.m. till 3 I'm going to write down the process and a consultation and just know it like the back of my hand. I'm going to learn the menu at 4, little things like that.
To go with that, in a commercial gym, learn the busy times. For me, I was in city centre, the busy towns, so before work, lunchtime, after work, be there at that time. Be proactive at that time. If you're outside of a gym and you looking at networking, go to the places when you can speak to people, when it may be a bit quiet, and you can speak to the manager and you can have a word with the staff. If you want to go meet people that are in there, go when it's busy. Do your research, don't just turn up. My big one, the massive mistake I made when I first started PTing was I didn't like getting up early, so I was like, look, now I'm self-employed, I'm not getting up early anymore, because I've been fitness instructing for a few years, and they made me get up early and open the gym, and I hated it. So as soon as I didn't have to, I was like, right, I'm not going in the gym before 10 o'clock, and I didn't for a couple of years, and guess what? I didn't earn any money either. Do you know what I mean? Because I wasn't there at the busiest time, which was before work. That when I changed that and got up early, I got shit ton of clients in the morning. And made myself a nice bit of cash for getting up early, and now I'm in it. Now I'm up early every day.
You got to be honest with yourself as well, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. Look, if you don't like late nights, but your gym's busy at late nights, then crack on and get in there. Don't worry about it. Later on, if you really don't want to do that, then you can change that. But when you're first starting out,
you got to roll your sleeves up, haven't you?
But get stuck in.
Our point is not just rolling your sleeves up, because that can mean just doing hours in the gym. Roll your sleeves up and work smart.
Yeah. Plan your day. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
plan it around the busy times.
As we said in episode 1, we're no experts or gurus. We're just guys that have done it and they're currently doing it. We've got our own studios. We've been through this journey. And
on two different sides as well.
Yeah, we didn't plan all these points. We just tried to discussion, cover some things. We probably missed some things. Or there's some things that you might do before this or after this. But these are some points that we found helped our journey. And just to summarise them, talking to people in the gym or in the local area if you're not based in a gym, being professional online, so your social media profile, personal and business, and making sure that you're attracting the audience you're looking for, being professional with payments from day one, being very clear cut with it, because even when you're not busy, no one deserves to waste your time. Being clear with your diary as well, making sure that where possible you keep it as efficient as possible. Package selection, making sure you're offering the right packages to your customers that you know will get them results, because we're in a results game. Getting the results, obviously that goes without saying, but making sure you're maximising that as well. And as well as that, making sure you're training influential people in the area, if that's for free, or in your gym it could be the sales people that are influential around the gym. Having a sales process in place, especially with your consultations, knowing roughly how that should run. Working to your strengths, which Lloyd said, a really big one. Making sure you're not trying to be a jack of all trades. With the jack of all trades and working to your strengths point, I think a good point with that is if you had if your sink was blocked, you wouldn't just hire a handyman that can do anything. You'd look for a specialist.
Yeah, it's a great point.
And then number 10, planning your day.
Speaking to my business partner.
Number 10, planning your day.
Yeah. I think that's a great point. You wouldn't hire a handyman to do your roof, would you? You'd hire a roofer. Yeah, that's great.
So that's it. Like I said, these all come from experience. Feel free to post some of your own thoughts as well, and some of your experiences.
Because the guys that are inexperienced looking at listening to this or watching this, let us know what you think, what experience you've had, how you found the information. Did you try any of it? Did it work? Have you tried it before? Did it not work? Did it work? Let us know. The guys that have been in it a while and they've seen this same process that we've seen and been through it, let us know what you think. If we missed any off, I mean, we've only got 10. There's a lot more to put on there. We could talk for hours about this. But they, and I'm sure that you've got some that you found more important than the ones that we've said. So let us know, because we're all about sharing information and really want you to let us know what you think of it.